And so what we're going to do is let's give everybody about 15, 20 minutes, and then we're going to start making our way up the council chambers. In the meantime, there are restrooms straight ahead up the stairs. If you guys need to take a run down the hallway, feel free. The way this is going to go tonight, though, it's pretty like alphabetical order, very organized type of deal. The presentation of the certificates will be in alphabetical order, but you guys can sit wherever. Okay. Yeah, not to confuse you. Federal City Council, would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance to where we honor people who have made a tremendous impact in our community. Today, we are here to give the key to the city to Kristin Speakman. Let's give her a big round of applause. Idea about we can help with this or we can help with that, and you know, in our mind's eye, whether it's we're driving around town or we're thinking about ways that we can improve our community, you know, oftentimes we'll think about those things and we'll think about, well, gosh, there's this and there's that and there's complications and there's expenses and do I really have the time? And Kristin did something so special. She is really one of the great people in our community. She gives back a lot. She owns Bella Red Salon, and not only here but also in Bonnie Lake. And she had this idea to be able to provide free haircuts for kids in the Federal Way School District, and to be able to bring a team together. Well, there are 23,000 students in the Federal Way School District. That's a little bit daunting. But how do you do anything and anything of a big project? You do discernible bites, right? You say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And what she decided to do is just make that leap and reach out. She contacted me in my office and said that she was thinking about this, and we just took the ball together, joined arms, and ran with it. And we've got some great pictures here, and I think really it was one of those things where I just have to tell you that there were several council members that were there, but if you could see the line, we were at Town Square Park. It was right before school started. We were trying to pick just the right day. And there were other folks. I think the Boys and Girls Club did a haircut on the Saturday before, so we didn't want to compete with other events. But there were hundreds of people who showed up, young people and their parents, and you know, they looked a little shaggy when they were first getting in the line, and it really backed up. But you should have seen the skip in their step and the sparkle in their eyes, these young kids, when they got done with their fresh haircut. You remember what it was like when you started a new school year? And the kids looked like, you know, like fresh new pennies that were ready to, had a bounce in their step. And it was really one of those things where I thought, this is exactly what a key to the city and what exactly we want to foster. But it wasn't just Kristin, it was all of her, what was it, about 60? About 60, yeah. 60 individuals that she was able to get. They're here with us today, and you're going to get to meet them, and we're going to pass out certificates, and we're going to have a chance for Kristin to speak when I stop talking here in a minute. That's hard to do, right, everybody? But I can tell you this, that it was a great moment in our city, and it was a great moment of coming together. And hundreds of people, hundreds of young people got their haircut, and you know, this was really out of the goodness of their heart they did this. And I want to thank our Parks Director and the park staff for making Town Square Park available, and the tent and the chairs. But it's what community is about. And I say this a lot, Kristin and everybody. You know, I grew up in a small town. I grew up in Yelm, and when I got to college, somebody says, "I bet the tallest building in your town was a water tower," and he meant it said it was a joke. But there's something about a small town feel where people take care of each other and they really look after each other. And there are times in which, whether it's the farmers market or this event, where Federal Way sometimes feels not like the 10th largest city in the state, but like a small town in the best sense of the word. And so, on behalf of a grateful community, I wanted to give Kristin Speakman the key to the city.
Wow, pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Jim Farrell. Thank you, everybody, for the recognition. I appreciate being honored for having a great idea, but I think it's very important to say that, like, I had an idea, and if there's any takeaway here, I want you all to remember that if you have big ideas to serve others, share it with people, share it with a friend, because it's powerful to have a big idea and share it, it's even more powerful to have 60 people say, I want in on your idea and I want to be part of it too. So I really want to highlight the volunteers. I want to highlight Castaway Salon. Unfortunately, Susan Greenside is the owner there. She couldn't be here. Her family's here today. She was instrumental behind the scenes. I have barbers from shops in the area, stylists that did their 3rd haircutting event doing this event, and I'm just so grateful. And I just want to share one thing with the council, and that's a quote that I said at the beginning of our haircutting event to the volunteers, and it was a Maya Angelou quote, and it was talking about people will remember, people will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but they won't forget how you feel, how you make them feel. And I think that's what was really powerful about what we were able to deliver for the community on a really big scale. So thank you for all the volunteers, thank you to the city, the Parks Department, David Solano. Everybody was so instrumental in making this a successful event, and I'm really excited for this to happen again next year.